So, are you ugly or did you just decide that? And be honest with me. How often do you look at yourself in the mirror and you hear that harsh, that critical voice? You know, the one that singles out every perceived flaw that you supposedly have and continuously whispers to yourself, "You are ugly." Oh my gosh, it's seriously a feeling that cuts so deep and ends up affecting your confidence, your relationships, and even your success. However, what if I told you that the image you see and the judgment you make on yourself constantly is probably widely inaccurate? Understand? And this is not about denial. No, it's about psychology. I'm going to expose the cognitive biases that actively trick you into believing you look way worse than the reality, than you actually do. Hola amores, and welcome back to the channel. And to those who don't know me, I am Maritza. Today we are talking about the following thing, which is if you are ugly or did you just decide that? So let's get into it right away. I will share with you the following saying in Spanish that goes like this: La belleza solo depende de los ojos que la miren. And it means beauty only depends on those eyes that are looking at it. So my loves, let's start with the literal mirror bias effect. Okay, that is the most fundamental psychological bias at play in psychology, which is the mere exposure effect. And it works always against you every time you look at yourself in the glass. The mere exposure effect states that we tend to prefer what we are most familiar with. And if you didn't know, well, I will tell you right now that when you see yourself in the mirror, all you see is a reversed face, a reversed image of yourself in that glass, in that mirror. And you do it dozens of times a day. And that means you're intensely familiar with that reversed image of you. And that's why when maybe you see a photograph, or when maybe you see yourself through a portrait or something, which really shows you how others really see you, it looks so wrong to you, right? Or less familiar, or even unattractive, because your brain registers that unfamiliarity as a flaw. But wrong, incorrect. Your friends and family who are familiar with your non-reversed photographed appearance, I'll tell you now, they actually prefer that version of you. The next bias is driven by an internal critic, all right? And that is called the confirmation bias. If you have decided that your nose is too big or your jawline is too weak, okay, what's going to happen? Your brain will relentlessly seek out evidence to confirm that belief. And therefore, every time you glance in the mirror, your eyes will ignore 99% of your other features, all right? And will lock into the one you perceive as a flaw, the one you have flagged. You are unconsciously filtering out any other evidence of your serious attractiveness. And why? When, for example, a friend or someone compliments you, you discount it always, saying, "Oh, they're just being nice." That's a confirmation bias in action, building an air-right case against your own face. Stop swiping and stop guessing. Do you want something real? Well, here's how we can make it happen. At the Matchmaking Cupid, we skip all the noise of the apps and we focus on you. We will try to understand exactly what you want, what your values are, your lifestyle, and your goals. Then we will handpick only the most compatible matches for you. No random profiles, no endless chatting, only intentional connections. We then guide you through every step of the way, and all done with lots of love and care. So go ahead and contact us through our website or through the messages here below to book your first consultation with us. Now let's talk about the illusory truth effect, which probably this bias is perhaps the most insidious. And exactly the psychological principle states that simply repeating a statement over and over again makes it feel a lot more true, even if it's factually incorrect. So what if you repeatedly think the thought, "I am ugly, I am ugly, I am unphotogenic, I am fat, look at me, I'm ugh." Then your brain stops treating it as an opinion or a feeling and starts treating it as a literal objective truth. It embeds itself as a core belief, shaping how you interact with the world. You did not start ugly, you created that ugliness through the sheer force of repetition. And finally, let's talk about the spotlight effect, because this one happens always, and it's the one which makes you believe that everyone is watching you, everyone is judging you, and even everyone is analyzing your everyday flaw as intensely as you are. We think that our perceived shortcomings are glaringly so obvious to others, when in reality, us people, we're probably focused on ourselves, on our own appearance, on our own flaws, and not so much on others people's lives. So your minor imperfections are likely invisible to others because others spend about 5 seconds interacting with you, not hours, scrutinizing your profile in different lighting angles, exactly like you do. And how do we break that mental chain of self-destruction and self-perceived ugliness? Well, simply by understanding that attractiveness is not a fixed objective state. Psychologists have found that traits like confidence, warmth, good social skills, good posture, all these things have great further impact on perceived beauty, a lot more than slight facial symmetry. So, my loves, the real shift is from you saying, "How do I look?" to you saying, "How will I act?" All right? When you operate from a place of genuine self acceptance, your posture straightens right away. Your smile is no longer fake. Right now, your smile is genuine and your confidence radiates. Understand this. And that energy is universally attractive. And it literally overrides these mindful physical flaws in the minds of others. I promise if you do this, then you're choosing to radiate with worth and not with fear. And with this, we have reached the end of today's video, but I invite all of you to connect with me through Instagram and go and check out my other music relaxing channel here on YouTube and go and see the channel's membership, just in case you may find it useful. Once again, I am Maritza. I know that I will try my best to continuously bring you always ways on how to create a better bond with yourself and a more meaningful relationship with all those around you. Mwah. Till next time. Ciao, ciao, my loves. Ciao, ciao, my amores.